Audible lets you enjoy all your audio entertainment in one app. You'll always find the best of what you love or something new to discover.
That sure is true. Audible offers an incredible selection of audiobooks across every genre. Bestsellers, new releases, celebrity memoirs like the Britney Spears book that just came out, mysteries and thrillers, motivation, wellness, business, and so much more.
I personally just listened to Heather Gay's Bad Mormon, kind of for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City research, but also just for fun to listen to it because it was a good book. And it's great. I mean, it's her actually reading it. And it is so nice to run around and do my errands and be able to listen to a book. Because let's face it, I will crash my car if I try to read it physically.
It's a great use of Audible. So try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/crappins or text crappins to 500-500. That's audible.com/crappins or text crappins to 500-500.
For whatever you're into, Amazon Prime offers a range of services like Prime Video, Amazon Prime Music, and Prime Fast Free Shipping. I've been using Prime Video to watch some of my favorite rock and roll documentaries. And of course, I use Prime for shopping for all kinds of things. I've got a pretty gnarly sneaker habit, so Prime comes in handy there. This is just one example of many ways that Prime can make life a little richer, from shopping to streaming to saving. It's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you are into.
And here's your prescription.
I know just the pharmacy to get this filled.
Who are you?
A pharmacy benefit manager. A middleman your insurer uses to decide which medicines you can get, what you pay, and sometimes even which pharmacy you should go to.
Why can't I go to a pharmacy in my neighborhood?
Because I make more money when you go to a pharmacy I own.
No one should stand between you and your medicine. Visit phrma.org/middleman to learn more. Paid for by Pharma.
Watch what happens. Watch what happens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that happens? Watch what happens. Watch what happens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that happens?
Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, the podcast for all that crap we love to talk about on ye old bras. Ba-ba-doo. I'm Ronnie. That's Ben over there. Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ronnie.
I'm a little Ben Padu.
What are you doing? We've been podcasting all day long. What a day of podcasting for us.
Literally. It has been so much fun. I'm amazed how much we can laugh. Like, we've laughed all day, and then we're like, you know what? We should come back and do a late night Southern Charm today as well.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's been really fun. I have to say, it's been genuinely a good time. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Fan.
I woke up at 8 a.m., watched Beverly Hills, got on the mic with you at 10 a.m., talked Beverly Hills, and then we talked Miami, and then we talked Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, and then we went on Bravo We're Black, and we talked with them about Salt Lake City and Married to Medicine and other stuff, and now here we are with Southern Charm, going into hour 12 for me personally of podcast and podcast-related work. And there was a brief detour for 20 minutes of dinner for me, and then 5 minutes of lunch. That has been my day so far today. What a life. But you know what?
What a life.
How privileged are we that that's the way that we get to spend 12 hours of our time?
Yes, and also if you haven't, go check out Kaya and Aaron of Bravo While Black, or Bravo We're Black. It used to be Bravo While Black, but Bravo We're Black. They are so funny, so nice, and really just all around good people. Go check them out. Their show is great. That should be up sometime next week, I'm assuming. I don't really know. But thank you for having us, you guys. We loved talking to you. And I was late. I wrote down the wrong time. So that was, shocker. It's been that kind of a day for me. But you know what? It's been that kind of life for me as well. But at least I'm not much of a mess as the boys on this show. Because what trash. My God, the guys on this show are really trash. Wow.
They are trash. But again, like I said this last week, I'm so fascinated by the way this show presents male bro lingering resentments, like the way that they pivot into screaming at each other and then hugging and then screaming is like so fascinating to me.
Ben, you're just a person who has not done a lot of coke, and what you're seeing is fascinating male dynamics. I'm seeing is just pure coke rage, and I'm just tired. I feel like first of all, I've lived it. Second of all, it feels like it's week 77 of these guys just screaming and yelling over these women they do not care about. They're just mad and fighting with each other because they're one-upping each other. And it's like, what do you win at the end of the day? Taylor, And then it makes me feel bad for Taylor. And then I'm mad that I'm even mad for Taylor. I'm like, fuck Taylor. What if she doesn't deserve me to be mad for her? And then I'm mad. And then I'm like, why don't I do coke anymore? And I'm like, because you're going to have a heart attack. It's a sad feeling. End the show already, okay? It's episode 13. Wrap it up, people. Are we gonna get an end of this by Christmas or what?
No, I love this season. I say no. Keep it unwrapped. So let's wrap up
I'm sure
our
the men
day.
on this show do keep it unwrapped. That is one thing I can almost guarantee.
Sure. I am shocked there have not been more babies on Southern Charm. Have there been even any Southern Charm babies? I feel like the babies only happen after the. Well, I'm sorry, Catherine. How can I forget the show is built on a baby?
This show is built on babies.
Built on little Ravenels.
Little tiny babies Ravenels. Who came out wearing white jeans and moose knuckles.
Ravenel babies. Just that's what I would love. I would love to see a show called Ravenel Babies. It would be like Muppet Babies. And except instead of Nanny coming out with those socks, just Thomas Ravenel. You just see his shins. Like, nah, babies. What are you doing here? Are you fantasizing about a different life in here, babies? You want to join the
we never heard from the parents, right? On that, didn't we? Weren't their voices like the
Nanny?
Right?
I don't think there was even parents.
Oh yeah, it wasn't like Charlie Brown.
I think it was just Nanny.
Wah, wah, wah. Yeah.
Wasn't there just like this lady named Nanny who had the striped socks who would just walk in?
Yeah, I think so. But it would be like little baby Catherine, little baby Thomas just making mayor hands like, now listen to me, mamas. Oh, hey, by the way, I didn't ever clarify.
What is this transition out of Ravenel Babies going to be?
Well, this one is Catherine. I have to clarify, Catherine Dennis is not a murderer, unfortunately. I really ran with that one when it came out. There was a story a few weeks ago. I think we talked about it in Crappy Hour. Mondays, every other Monday, whatever, who cares? You'll find it. So, Catherine, there was a story that Catherine Dennis ran over. I can't. Ran over a crossing guard, okay? And the original stories were that the crossing guard was dead. And I was like, oh my God, Catherine is the first one to commit murder, I think, on this show. And so we were like, oh no, but also,
like,
my God,
they're going to cancel Ravenel Babies.
Now, baby. Now, what happened was Mama ran over a crossing guard. It was very dramatic for me. Okay, she did not kill the crossing guard. And then I was like, okay, well, she didn't kill him or her. So at least that's good. At least she just hit the crossing guard and ran home and drove home. But then it turns out she did not even hit the crossing guard. She kind of did. We saw the video. Someone posted the video for us on Twitter, and Catherine is speeding through this crosswalk, but I guess the crossing guard sees her coming and slaps her car. Like she swings back the stop sign and slaps the car with the stop sign. And that SUV just keeps on tearing right through. So I guess that's what happened. So who's at fault? Was Catherine speeding? Probably. Was she just in the neighborhood? Most likely. Did she hit the crossing guard stop sign, or did the stop sign hit Catherine's car? Who's at fault? Who's the victim? I don't know.
Will this be depicted on Ravenel Babies? Perhaps.
It will, but in the Ravenel Babies, it will take place in Rome, and they'll all be wearing togas.
And by the way, to clarify, this Ravenel Babies does not star Catherine's actual babies. It just starred little baby versions of Catherine, Thomas, Shep, Cameron, Whitney, and like really Austen, Craig, anyone who's ever been on the show, just a baby version of them. But not that they look like babies, like Gerber babies, just like shrunken little versions of the ones we've seen now. in like little pajamas, like the real Muppet Babies.
Yeah, basically they're all JT
This
sized.
is an adorable show. This is an adorable
very
show,
cute.
and I can't wait to see it.
Very cute. It's just like the Muppet Babies, but with a lot of like powder on their nose and like jaw issues where they've all got like the Coca jaw, like the Olivia and Austen jaw and tongues.
I mean, Austin's already halfway there. He's already got the Fozzie face. So babying him up, making him a Muppet baby is very simple.
Listen,
Just
I
have
mean,
to
look,
shrink it
I've
down.
said the chemistry between Austen and Olivia is not evident at first. There's no real chemistry, I don't think. But it comes in when you watch their jaws move because they're both like open-mouthed jaw movers. They're both jaw forward.
slack jaw.
Olivia's like Ali Sheedy jaw, and Austen is very like Fozzie Bear jaw.
Fozzie Bear jaw. Yeah.
Fozzie Bear had
And
a
then
jaw. He does.
that's actually one of his insecurities. He's actually
Do I have a jaw?
in regular Muppets. Fozzie has been taking a consultation with Dr.
Tell me
Paul
the truth, waka waka waka. Do I have a jaw?
Waka waka. Well, we all have different looks, and we all, people have, your body. You should be happy with the body that you have, and body positivity is important. So
Why
what you're saying
are
is I
there
have
so
no jaw, waka
many
waka.
Songs about no jaws. What's on the other side? God damn it, Kermit.
All right, that's enough.
Just
Muppet
look at
Babies.
Bunsen. I mean, look at his no jaw. It could be worse for you.
That's true. It could always be worse. There's always Bunsen.
There's always Bunsen. There's always Bunsen. In the no jaw Olympics, Bunsen got it bad.
Bunsen really didn't win any prizes on that show. They really didn't give that character anything. Poor guy. Like, what's his backstory?
Terrible assistant. Very, very ineffective lab assistant.
No, wait, it was Beaker. I thought Beaker was the assistant. Oh no, you're right.
Yeah,
It was
Beaker
Bunsen.
is the assistant.
Okay, you know what?
Bunsen
My brain's breaking. Come on, let's go to
Bunsen
Southern. Let's go to
is the
Southern
boss. Okay.
Previously, on Ravenel Babies, a bunch of baby betas got yelled at by Nanny because they don't get snack this week.
A bunch of children with old people face didn't get nothing from Nanny. But I'll tell you what I got. Implants. I got implants. I'm going to make, previously in the future of this show, it's coming back to unfold in the next 43 minutes. I'm going to make comments about my own implants about 20 times. So enjoy the show, motherfuckers. I hope you love it, betas.
I did tell Haymaker East that I would like my implants to be contractually obligated to be included in Ravenel Babies. I know it's weird, but I paid a lot of money for those things, so they better be depicted in all sizes of me.
Listen, I'll be on Ravenel Babies. Is that what it's called? Ravenel Babies? Okay, I will be on Ravenel Babies. But the medicine baby better have C cups. I'm saying it right now. I'm be pissed.
Basically they were all fighting last week at a restaurant, and where we pick up again after Madison's description, they're all still fighting. And Shep is he's voicing both his jealousy at Craig's relationship, and he's deflecting or rechanneling or repurposing his anger at Austen onto Craig all at the same time. So he's basically yelling. He's like, oh gosh, it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. Craig gets a pass because he has the longest relationship, and I'm the one who gets torn to pieces with Taylor just because I cheated on her and kind of destroyed her and left her a vacant shell of a human who now is attracted to Austen and causing chaos in this group and can't even apologize correctly to her best friend. Why am I the bad guy?
Wow, so Craig gets a long-distance relationship with no pushback, and I emotionally lobotomized somebody and everyone's mad at me? Gosh!
That's a great way to put it. Emotionally lobotomized.
It just came upon me, but yeah, I would say that that's Taylor. But was she always like, I mean, was Taylor really ever, you know, that movie Awakenings where like all the people who are kind of in a coma or whatever, they all come out of the coma, but she hasn't hit that part of the movie yet. She's just still the pre-awakening spark. She's like constantly in act 1 of that movie.
She's just like she's like a motel with a few people in it. It's not quite vacant, but I would not say it's brimming with activity. Not happen.
It's not happening.
Shit's creaking there.
There's no trendy bar on that rooftop. Okay. So, so Olivia moves down the table to talk to Taylor, and Shep is just raging, because of course this cast takes over the entire bar. It's like, can you just fight in your own little children's section? No, Shep has to go running and screaming to the bar, and Austen goes, Shep, why are you so gassed up right now? Why? Shep's gassed up. Wow. Come on, Shep.
What part of like the white cloud of powdery substance that's floating around all of you guys does not connect to gassed up right now?
By the way, I'm making fun of these people for being on coke, and I've got the itchiest nose right now that I keep scratching. So anyone on camera, no, I'm not hypocrisizing all over the place. Okay, I still mean it.
So Olivia sits down with Taylor, and she's like, "Okay, I want to say something that's like fucking difficult. Australopithecus. God, that was so hard to say, especially when you talk the way I do.
That really was hard, you guys.
That was really hard. Wait, let me try another one.
It was almost as hard as microwaving noodles. Istanbul was once I can't do it.
Yeah, that's hard because it's both hard to say Constantinople, but you also have to wrap your mind around the fact that the city used to have a different name, and that's also really hard when you really think about it, right, Taylor?
Oh my God, Taylor, did you really send a picture of your Constantinople's to Whitney and his mother? Of course.
I once went to Istanbul. No, you didn't. You lie.
You've only been to America, stupid.
So,
name one part about Istanbul.
So,
name one
Taylor is still like doing her fake tears thing to look like a huge victim at this dinner. And then Olivia is still kind of yelling too much about something that happened a long time ago, frankly. I mean, I know the page 6 thing happened today, but I don't know. Like, you already knew about all this. Why are you mad again? Like, close your mouth. You know what I mean? Not talking wise. I don't mean like, hey, shut up. I just mean just literally your jaw's moving.
Yeah.
Please stop it. It's making me crazy.
So she's like, I don't enjoy this. I don't enjoy the headlines and stuff. If you had just been honest with me from the start, none of this would be happening. And Taylor's like, I know that. But the thing is, I made a mistake and I lied about it and I put everything on the table and I can't do anything more. She's like, wow, you literally have put everything on the table. You are stacking 3 glasses on top of each other and a Coke can. Wow, Taylor, very industrious of you.
And then she tells us, people have wronged me so many times. The person I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with cheated on me. But I'm a forgiver, a big forgiver. Oh, okay. You're a regular Jesus over there, okay? Patricia does not have nudes of Jesus in her iPad. I can tell. Well, she might. Because really, if you're going to send them to anybody.
I met him at Buckingham Palace with Georgette Mossbucker.
I may not know Jesus Christ, but I know the ambassador to Poland, gosh darn it. My name is Georgette Mossbacher, and she will not be listening to any of your curse words.
She may not walk on water, but she sure does have a nice set of shoes. That's half the battle, am I right?
Do you remember that time Georgette came on this show to a dinner party? Was it at her house?
Yes.
It was Patricia's house, right? And she was she was a guest there.
Down the caftan.
And then they all got in a fight. Wait, where'd she go to? The Hamptons?
No, what? She wore a caftan.
She wore a caftan, yeah. And they all started cursing and yelling at each other. And Patricia's like, how dare you curse in front of the ambassador to Poland? I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I know you have already so much to deal with Warsaw that this must be terrible for you. Just like, my delicate sensibilities have been totally affronted. I must now take myself back to the land of pierogies.
I paid a lot for that position. Okay, so
And my muffler.
Taylor's still going on about being Jesus, and she's like, but you know what? I'm a forgiver, but I want a forgiving friend in my life. And if that friend can't be forgiven, then I'm not going to forget that friend. Wait a minute.
Well,
I'm lost in my own logicals. What?
Logicals. Yeah, that's fine. We all want forgiving friends, but you don't get to say when they forgive you. You have to like let them forgive you. And you know what also helps to make people forgive you is when is like being accountable. So when Olivia is like, it just really hurt me because you like I went out of town and then you went and kissed Austen, and she was like, no, you went out of town. I waited 3 days and then I kissed him. Remember at the lake house? She just was like coming up with excuses on the timeline. Like Taylor, I have been rooting for Taylor to kind of like fix this because I feel like she's so wounded and I just want her to have a girlfriend in her life. But she is honestly, she's a lost cause at this point. So Olivia's like, I'm not trying to get on the carousel, as Austen said. Like, why is this still being talked about? Like, the level of betrayal in this friendship is bizarre, and your inability to recognize this is baffling to me, and it just keeps going.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
Step into a world of non-stop action on DraftKings Casino. Play the classics like blackjack, roulette, and slots. Plus, enjoy exclusive games you can't find anywhere else. All you have to do is sign up, select the offer, make your deposit, and start playing from a full suite of games. Download the DraftKings Casino app now and sign up with promo code CRAPPENS. New customers can get a deposit match up to $500 in casino credits when you deposit $5 or more. Only on DraftKings Casino with promo code CRAPPENS. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. One per opted-in new customer. Min $5 deposit. Max match $500 in casino credits, which require one-time playthrough within 7 days. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/playerschoice for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources. This episode is brought to you in part by Purina. The holidays are here. It's such a fun and festive time, and also a great opportunity to reflect on all the things we're thankful for. And if you're like most people, your pet is somewhere at the top of your list. Purina is dedicated to creating richer lives for pets and the people who love them. From helping older pets think like their younger selves, to making cat ownership a possibility for more people than ever. Purina is helping pets live longer, healthier, happier lives. Your pet gives you so much the whole year round. So this holiday season, treat your pet with Purina Treats. Best-in-class nutrition, unsurpassed taste. From dogs to cats, Purina has you covered for all your treat needs. Your pet is Purina's passion. Head to Amazon.com/Purina to learn more.
So did she say, I'm not trying to go on the carousel? Like Austen says, why is it still being talked about? Or does she say, I'm not trying to go on the carousel like Austen says, why is it still being talked about? Because I thought, I mean, listen, a period makes all the difference in the world, doesn't it? Because I thought she was saying, I thought she just brought up carousel, and then the rest of the episode, she's like, how dare you say I'm on a carousel? Like, she said I'm on a carousel. You know, it's like when people say you're on a carousel, I'm like, where did you hear carousel, and why do you need to repeat it 5 times during this? Is this the first time you've ever heard that analogy? God bless it.
Yeah, because Austen said it last week. He's like, I feel like I'm on a carousel. And so I don't know if, Olivia, she's like a poet. And so like there's a lot of like intentional ambiguity in the words that she says. So I think we're like, it's up for interpretation on how she said that.
Yeah, really like how she says touche. But we'll get to that. Okay, so then she's like,
if I had a nickel for every time she said that, remember how she didn't understand that phrase or something like that?
Wow. So she's like, it just keeps going in a straight line like a carousel. I'm hearing you and Austen used Austen to make Shep jealous. Like, of all the fuck boys in Charleston, why would you use that guy to make the other guy jealous? And Taylor's like, because I did a thing and I'm owning up to that thing. She's like, but I just don't understand where your head is sometimes.
Well, that's one of the problems with this season, isn't it?
Where is the head?
That's one of her.
Who's getting it? Who's
that's
giving
one
it?
of Taylor's challenges this season.
Head.
Head.
Oh God, getting it from Shep. Shep apparently can't please anybody with it or won't. So baffling.
It's a lot of thoughts. Now that may have sounded like slut shaming from me, and it wasn't. It was just me indicating that there's been a lot of speculation about whose mouth has been on whose body part this whole season from a lot of people from this cast. And you know what?
Shaming.
It's head shaming. It's a lot of head shaming. Taylor said actually she did a dig. She the whole reason why she did that was I just did a dig and I'm owning up that I did a dig. So then we have this really tense music as Craig comes back to the table and sits down. And Austen then is like talking to Mass and he's like, dinner turned into fucking mayhem. And Mass is like, yeah, well, Olivia's going off. And I was like, that matters to me. Cause she's quite literally the only one who can make me feel bad. If it makes me feel bad, I'm like, cool. If anyone makes me feel bad, if JT makes me feel bad, I'm like, cool. But if Olivia does it, then I actually get hurt. And the way I express that is just saying it, but not actually really showing that I'm hurt. I'm actually really not hurt at all. I just want to say it because it makes me look cool.
Right. The way I express that is I don't do anything to help while either of these people who I've caused a huge problem in their life. And I just kind of stand back and make myself the victim as someone's crying and someone else's life is in disarray, if we're believing all of this shit. So yeah, Austen, you're a real good person. And Madison's like, would you guys shut up and pay attention? It's the best thing to happen on this trip. Shush. Just watching it all.
She just has a conch shell up. Yeah.
She's like, it's hard enough to pay attention to Taylor when you're face to face with her. You think it's going to be easy 6 feet away? Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to lip read a person whose face never moves. Shut up.
So Olivia's still leaning into her and she's like, if there was a rumor going around about me and Shep and then all of a sudden headlines broke that he and I were a thing, I would find you and be like, hey, I know this is going on, yada, 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 but I wouldn't go to the pool with Austen. And Taylor's like, actually, I went to the pool with Madison. Just Taylor, why are you so bad at this? Amazingly bad at this.
And Olivia laughs and she's like, but you know what I hate even the most is that our friendship is fucking broken. I don't know how to be your friend anymore, and I hate you for that. And I hope it was fucking worth it. It's okay. I mean, how many people do you need to tell off in 2 days? We got it. Okay. The girl's already sitting there crying like the biggest victim. Don't give her more. Olivia's not great at this either, I think. Because I think I've been watching the show, but she's not great at it either. You're making the person who did wrong look like a victim. That is rookie mistake number 1 on reality TV. Don't make people feel sorry for her.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was it was harsh. It was harsh considering that no new news had come out. It just reopened the wound. But at the same time, it was real. Olivia's just kind of she's tried to play nice or whatever. Taylor has not been able to apologize well. She's not been able to take true accountability through all this. And she's just at her limit. And she's like, you know what? I am so mad at you. And I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it for you. I hope it was worth that kiss with that slimeball Austen was worth it because I used to kiss that slimeball Austen and I had dibs on him first. And then you just did that. And now I hope it was worth it that you infringed on my slimeball. Okay. I hope it was worth it. I'm going to the bus.
Yeah, and I get what she's saying about the whole page 6 thing. There's an article that comes out and you don't even address me and say oh my God, did you see that article that came out? Now, then again, it's not like you're best friends right now either. So, like, is she trying to keep her distance from you? I don't really know. God, see, you're putting me in the position where I'm like, wait, maybe Taylor's right. No, I know that she's not. And I know that you have a point. I'm just, I've already gone on too long. Yeah. So she storms off and Madison's like, oh my God, that was good. That was some good shit. Wow, very nice. All right, can someone bring me some water from over there? I don't want to mess up Taylor's face. Look at it. Look at all the nothing it's doing. Cakes.
So then Shep like addresses the entire restaurant and goes, I'm sorry, everyone. And thank you to everybody. Good night. So meanwhile, on the bus, Vanita is comforting Olivia, who's crying. And Madison walks in and does that thing.
Olivia's fake crying on the bus. Sorry. Go ahead.
Madison's like,
oh no, you already crying? God, what is wrong? I knew I should have gone here sooner. God, I could have gotten so much more gossip out of this.
So then
all these people crying and I didn't make any of them cry. I just feel like I'm losing my touch.
Hold on one second. Hey, Taylor, you're a hypocritical Christian and you're a big slut. Anything? Got some tears?
Hey, bus driver, come here. Ow! Well, sorry, I pinched your arm. You're still not going to cry? I can't even physically make somebody cry anymore. What the fuck?
God, this is a terrible place for me. Terrible, terrible island.
So what happens when regular Martha Stewart? She don't make nobody cry no more. What am I just sitting here knitting a fucking poncho at this point? Jesus.
So now the guys are choosing their buses and everything. And so Shep comes onto the Olivia bus and he's like, what the hell happened? Wow, you know what? She wants to forgive you. And all you have to say is, I'm so sorry. And then Vanita's like, why would Olivia apologize to Taylor? No, gosh, I told Taylor to apologize. Are you out of your mind, Vanita? How could you interpret the thing that I said that sounded exactly like I said Olivia should apologize into thinking that I said Olivia should apologize?
What part of me coming onto a bus and screaming at all the women makes you think I'm on a bus screaming at all the women?
It's like, I'm not out of my mind and don't talk to me like that. You can talk to everybody else like that, but not for me. What? Did she say something wrong? Like, what happened with Taylor? And Matt's like,
well, Olivia feels a certain sort of way and let her deal with that.
But I have to get a perspective on it. Okay, I promised Taylor up and down that she wants to end it. I promised Taylor.
Well, he said, I actually have my own perspective on this, which nobody fucking cares. It's not about you. And you would have known what happened if you weren't all fucking like freaking out and coke raging and trying to make it all about how people are unfairly not spreading the rumor that Paige is sleeping around that you're trying to spread. Be quiet, old man Shep. You're fucking purple in the face. Just relax.
Madison's like,
get the fuck off the bus. Wait, Shep, hold on one second. Let me inspect your eyes. Any tears? Damn it.
No tears?
Damn it.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. You're more washed up than a seashell. Anything? Nothing?
Anything?
Damn it.
Hey, wait. This got me a good idea. Hey, seashell. Nice. If you were a good seashell, your fish wouldn't have abandoned you and you wouldn't have wind up on the beach. You want to cry, seashell? No? Damn it.
That seashell just done walked right up out of itself. I couldn't even make that thing cry.
Hey, look at that lady. She sells seashells by the seashore because she's a slut. Anything, lady? No?
Slutty seashell seller. I always hated him. You don't even have to cry.
I hated her. Don't have to cry. I'm just speaking the truth now.
So Shep's like, I promised Taylor up and down. She really wants to end this. And Madison goes,
get the fuck off this bus.
And Shep's like, no, I'm just trying to get you out of the muck and the mud. And Vanita's like, she doesn't want to talk to you. Get out. And Simon's on the table.
So Shep finally leaves the bus. Shep leaves the bus and then he immediately like goes into the arms of Craig. He's like, oh gosh, I don't want to be here on your bad side, bro. Oh, we're all good. We're all good. We're checks and balances,
okay,
buddy.
Bro. Yeah, we're checks and balances, buddy. Like, sometimes you gotta check me, and sometimes I gotta check you, okay? This is the problem with talking to your exes.
Bro, it's all good. We're like the things that Trop Hop has never received. Checks. And Craig is like, he's like,
or balance.
I forgive Shep because I know he's not mad at me and he just doesn't know how to deal with anger. And look, islands aren't for fighting. Islands are for inviting your girlfriend at the last minute and then she can't come and then you have to go alone.
Oh, so speaking of Trop Hop, did you notice that today, no mention of Trop Hop? Now, granted, they're not in Charleston, which I think is the only place that sells that. No offense, Harris Teeters. Not that you're not important. We know that you're important. But Austen posted something on his Instagram that says, apparently, I got this from the Southern Charm subreddit. Hi, love you guys. And it says, apparently some trouble has been brewing. And then it's a picture of this like swamp. I don't know what this is. It's a swamp. I don't know in Charleston. I feel like you can always be eaten by an alligator here. I don't know if they have alligator. It looks swampy.
I assume it's swamp. Looks swamp.
And then it says, I haven't had any good news to post about at Trop Hop Beers, which I just added. So I'm also giving them publicity as I bitch about them. But since my business partners tried to hijack Jack, the brand, teary face, anger face, exciting brand / relaunch without a dash. It's here. We're rebranding this shit. What about that? You can't even keep your fucking Trop Hop. Your parents paid for that, bro. What are you doing? Go get your Trop Hop back. Go get your shitty grapefruit beer back.
I know. I just always think of the listener who sent us a photo of a can of Trop Hop and how they like peeled the can back somehow and there was like just another can underneath it. It was like a Bud Light can. It was like some weird thing. They had repurposed an old can to make a Trop Hop can. It was such a strange thing. That image has always stuck with me.
Well, now they've forgotten Trop Hop on the show and now they're just fully into Red Stripe. Everybody just says Red Stripe over and over the rest of this episode. Is it like a late in the season sponsor? What's happening?
No, because that's like the Jamaican beer.
It is.
That's like the big.
I'm so down.
Yeah, that's like the. You're like, now what?
Literally an idiot.
What's going on with the Red Stripe?
Well, I am. I was like, wow, they're really. I really thought I was onto something.
Iconic beer of Jamaica.
Did not know, but you know what? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know because I don't drink beer because. As Janelle told me, Weight Watchers, when I was 12, don't drink beer. That's like drinking a sandwich. So
you quite literally butchered the legacy of Red Stripe. Quite literally.
Sorry, Red Stripe.
For Red Stripe. Jamaica.
Sorry, everybody.
I just for drinking Red Stripe.
Sorry to everybody for just butchering Red Stripe's fucking reputation, everything they've worked for. I just shat all over it.
Red Stripe is also the same iconic imagery that goes along with the immense markdowns that Trop Hop gets at stores to get people to buy it. Prices are slashed.
Red Stripe's also the symbol that are through Austen's face in every picture I've ever printed out of him in my home. So...
Red Stripe is also the line that demarcates that you are in the friend zone versus the romantic zone. JT. Ooh, caught a stray there. Caught a stray, JT.
Oh. So then back on Vanita's bus, she's like, okay, so the conversation with Taylor didn't get anywhere. And Livy's like, yeah, you know what? It's not like resonating with anyone. I just look like the crazy girl who can't drop it. Like I'm on a carousel. Sick of it.
No, we're in Jamaica. Didn't you just say Curacao? Craig, just shut up and go back to your other bus.
What even is that?
Curacao.
It's me.
Isn't that an island?
So Madison's
Curacao is an island where they make Curacao, maybe.
So Madison's like,
the only thing you'd be wrong for in this situation is just being chill about the situation. I mean, look outside. Look at these guys. They're out there hugging. I mean, for Christ's sake, look at them out there just congratulating themselves.
And they are. These fucking guys are just screaming all this stuff at each other, accusing each other of all this stuff, red face. And now they're like, love you, bro. And also like, guys, love you guys. Love you guys.
And the amount of shrapnel. That's the thing. When they go at each other, they out all the worst shit. they humiliate the women. They say, well, you went down on her. I've never said this before, but Taylor went down on you. And then Olivia went down on this person and all for your ego. Well, fuck you. And so then all this stuff always seems to come tumbling out about the girls. And then they always are like, you know what? I love you, man. Yeah, I love you too. And then the girls are left there like, what the fuck? Not saying that specifically happened in this moment, but I just feel like that's a pattern with these guys on the show over and over and over again.
Yeah, because I feel like the girlfriends are always just props, you know? Like, who's still around? Madison is back, you know? And thank God. But I feel like, they're just kind of props. And then they're tossed aside. And the guy's like, okay, that was fun. And then when they need to, they're like, oh my God, that girl really hurt me. Just so they could kind of tee themselves up to be in a bar somewhere where someone feels sorry for them because they're vulnerable, and then get ready for the next one. Here we go. So
now the buses are leaving, and JT and Rod are sitting next to each other, and there's like a bottle of wine on the tray, and JT's like, if this spills on me, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. And Rod's like, a conniption, bro? He's like, is that what it's called? Something like that. I'm shocked that Olivia and Taylor aren't interested in these guys.
I know they're really pretty fascinating. I mean, at the end of the day. So then the buses kind of rumble off, and they're going over rocky ground, and Madison goes,
oh my God, my titties are about to drop out. Ow, my titty just dropped, y'all. It's on the ground. I paid a lot for that thing.
So Craig's like, hey, Liv, how did your talk go? She's like, what about a taco? No, how did your talk go? Oh, well, we're just on different pages, and the things I'm upset about, like, she doesn't even see that. And then we see Taylor, and Taylor's doing the whole thing of like, this is the third time I've apologized, and she decided to take the apology and like shove it up. She was like, I'm going to take your apology and shove it up your ass. You're a liar. You're a devil. I fucking hate you. I hope it was worth it. And then she like walked off.
Okay. So you're still lying because that shit did not happen.
I did not apologize.
She did say, I hate you. ... For that. But
she did say I hate you. She did say I hate you. She said I hate you in Austen.
She said I hate you for that, didn't she? She said
both.
The worst thing about this is what it's done to me and you, and I hate you for that. Something like that.
But before that, she said I hate you in Austen.
Oh, well, still.
Either way, it was still in the spirit of I hate you for that. Like, it still was I hate you in Austen for what you did to me. You know, like, that was unspoken.
So Shep's like,
okay, Taylor, that's why I went over there. I'm a hero. I just saved you from everything after putting you through it to put you in this situation in the first place. Come on.
And she's like, I'm not going to have this conversation again. Like, if I'm going to be called a liar, like, I'm not going to be verbally abused like that. Hello. You're talking to Shep.
You were yelled at for like failing at egg toss and for like laughing when Shep lost ping pong, but now is when you want to take a stance about verbal abuse to the woman who actually had like merit in saying that you were a liar about something, you know,
and
like
also stood up for you during those times when you were being verbally abused by that guy you're coming to in the back of the bus for some fucking like pity now. And that, like, you're coming to first of all, who stood up for you when you were really being verbally abused? The lady you just accused of all this other stuff, which she kind of did, but you still deserved it.
Yeah. So then Olivia's like, I can tell you that there were like conversations today, and I'm like the one that's beating a dead horse, and it's like I'm on some sort of, what's a good word for it? Carousel.
No. Choo-choo train. No.
What?
Pickup truck. Carousel.
And it's just like, I'm just like reacting on a like, you ever been on a carousel that's going really fast, you want to throw up, and you're like, I'm embarrassed, I'm throwing up. You're just like reacting to your body in the carousel. Know what I'm saying?
And Craig's like, yeah, because Austin's like the carousel, right? And Austin's like, Craig, how do you shut the fuck up. And Olivia's like, yeah, you know, like, how am I, like, I'm allowed to be pissed or, like, referring to it as a fucking carousel? Like, don't fucking do that again. I'm going to be really pissed.
Found the line, everyone. We found the red stripe for Olivia. Don't call my emotions a carousel.
She's like obsessed with carousel. And Austin's like, I'm sorry. I just want to tell you
the concept.
She really does.
She loves it.
Austin's like, I'm sorry. I just want to tell you. I'm sorry. I just want you to know. She goes, don't ever say that again. And he goes, but I didn't have anything to do with you. And Ramsey goes, she said, don't say it ever again, stupid. Just shut up. Shut your mouth. Stupid whore mouth,
Guess what?
Austin.
Shut your mouth. Don't say C word number 2 ever again. So Austin's like, I mean, I thought I was in a good spot with Olivia. Like, so like just to have that blow up and Olivia to be like so upset with me is like quite literally, definitely quite literally disappointing. So then
I sent her movie quotes. So this is really upsetting.
I sent her movie quotes from like Step Brothers, okay? And like Ron Burgundy. This is like
I
upsetting.
live in a dam down by the river. I'm like, still nothing. Do you know how hurtful this is?
Like, it's almost like she never even saw Beverly Hills Ninja.
So then back on the other victim van, Taylor is pulling a page from his victim book. And she's like, you know, she doesn't even want to look at me or talk to me. But Austin's off the hook. Like she's over at his house cuddling without her bra on. Oh, really? You're going to slut shame now, Taylor? You know what? And by the way, while we're talking about Jesus, like the old Southern saying goes, get off the cross. We need the wood. Shut up, Taylor.
She was able to get past everything with Austin. I have, but it just was really fun. I don't hear it a lot, and so it made me chuckle because it was just not what I was expecting. I thought you were going to say something like that old saying. And let me tell you something. I remember going to communion when I was 12, and I remember I had to wear a bow tie, and I said I don't want to wear the bow tie. So
that's actually true. We had clip-on ties at Jesus Chapel. You were close. You were close. I got threatened to go to hell because I wouldn't put on my damn clip-on tie.
I just knew there was a tie story somewhere in there. But I just knew it. But I mean, I have registered my disdain over the fact that I felt like Austen has gotten off more easily. But Shep does say, well, she's in a very fragile part of her life. She had to deal with something very tragic. And she's like, I understand that. And then everyone's like, that's actually true. That's actually true. Yeah. Sorry. No, Taylor, you're wrong. Be quiet.
And I like that Rod phrased it this way because I always felt like a true asshole. Well, I mean, I am a true asshole, but I've always felt really bad for saying it. But I think he phrased it very well. He's like, you know, from the outside in, they trauma bonded. But at the same time, do I think that Austen leveraged that timing to his advantage? I do. Which, thank you. That's so eloquently put.
Rod is like consistently reading Austen for filth every single week. We need to embrace him more because he's like literally saying all the things that I'm like, oh, thank God someone on the show is finally saying it. And then we're like, stupid Rod, no personality.
Well, that's true too, though. You know what I mean? Because what Rod is saying is true, but he's just not really caring much else. And we already know all this shit. It's like, I guess it's someone to finally speak out against the guys, but it's on a show about what pieces of shit the guys are. So it's kind of like, you just don't want to get close to the temp at work. You know what I mean? You're like, you're just a temp. So I'm not going to like put anything on the line for you. You're going to be gone tomorrow. So,
yeah. He also still is afraid of salad. So there's that too. So Rod's like,
yeah, eat a vegetable. Like I can't
come on, salad. So Rod's like, what no one's talking about here is the timing. And Shep goes, a post-mortem? That's not going to help one single person. And Rod's like, yeah, but that's where the energy is coming from. You know, Rod's like, oh, suddenly you don't want to be messy on this messy ass show. This is where you draw the line about being messy.
Yeah.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
The holidays are coming up, and that means leftovers. Okay, I don't even care about the regular dinner part. I want leftovers. I want all of the accoutrement from Thanksgiving wrapped up into a beautiful tortilla for my Thanksgiving wrap. And I can do that now with Hero bread.
Ronnie, that sounds absolutely delicious. You know what? Hero Bread has 0 to 1 grams of net carbs, 0 sugar, is high in fiber, and contains fewer calories and more protein per serving than the conventional version of the same baked goods.
Hero Bread products are delicious and flavorful, offering the soft, fluffy experience that you love while enjoying a refreshing BLT, savory breakfast burrito, or mouth-watering cheeseburger.
I am all about their white bread, actually. I have been using it literally every day. I talked about this. I make a sandwich for lunch. Revolutionary, but I make a sandwich for lunch every single day, and I am always reaching for the Hero Bread. It is a game changer for me.
You can get enough fiber, you can cut down on your sugar, and you're adding more protein to your diet.
Hero Bread is offering 10% off your first order to our listeners. Go to hero.co and use code CRAPPENS at checkout. That's CRAPPENS at HERO.co.
So then Madison's like,
You know what? I'm going to put on JT's two-piece. That's it.
so she does. She puts on that blue and white striped, beach towel looking thing, whatever they called it. And she's like,
All right, motherfuckers. Now, you better listen when I'm talking to you. You better be a gentleman.
and she really gets JT's simping down perfectly. She really does. She's like,
I'm a feminist. You know what I love? Women. You better shut the fuck up and be a gentleman. I support women.
And then it cuts to JT in the other van saying like, Shep, like, you got to make him apologize, bro. You got to make Austen apologize. And Shep is like, he did. And it's just like, to the table tonight? I don't think so. Because he all the women he objectified. He didn't apologize to any of them. And I care about that because women are like fish and they get on your line and you got to keep them. And if you catch the fish, you put it in a little chill box where it dies, it stops flapping, and then you eat it. And that's your woman that you eat, that you put in the box. You know what I'm saying? The metaphor.
He's so creepy, this guy. And he's like, yeah, you objectified he objectified all the women. Okay, first of all, this is one of those situations where you're not really wrong, but you're only simping for Taylor, and also you're completely objectifying Taylor. You've like made Taylor some fucking saint that she's just like some object to be won. And it's gross. She's not into you. You need to like back down now because it's getting like mommy creepy. Like back down. Okay. It's worrying me at this point.
Hey, Taylor, what if I start calling you Papa Seed? So,
hey, Taylor, you know what? Real friends have nicknames for each other. You call me feminist, and I'm going to call you mommy. Okay. Boner.
I'm already thinking about our Christmas cards. Merry Christmas from feminist and mommy. So anyway, everyone's like making fun of JT in the other bus, and then they're also making fun of Shep about the way Shep is like, we had a good vacation. You're good. I'm good. You're all good. You're good. And then it comes to Shep going, I'm okay. We're okay. You're okay. Which is so funny. I never noticed that about Shep, but he totally does that.
Yeah, Shep yells at everybody, has a fit, turns purple, and he goes, I don't get why everybody's so mad. Like we should be having fun. Because you just ripped everybody a new asshole for no reason, maybe.
And then they start making fun of his foot, which we definitely have made fun of. And they're all trying to do the shaky foot thing. And then I feel like I've waited 10 years for a shaky foot montage, and we finally got it. And I was actually sad that it was so short. That could have at least been 30 seconds of shaking feet over the past 10 years.
For real. So then the next day, Austen is, I don't know, posing as he does. And then JT texts Taylor. He's like, hey, want to hang out by the pool, mommy, in a few? I'm a feminist.
Yeah, there's just like morning activities, like waking up, like everyone texting each other, want to go to the pool, want to go to the beach, what's Whitney doing, blah, 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 blah. So eventually we land.
Drinking a red stripe, and I wrote, wow, they're really pushing red stripes. I can't. With myself.
You're like, wow, congratulations.
Literally.
Congratulations to this beer for landing this sponsorship. I wonder how hard it was for them to ship all this beer to Jamaica.
I sit here and call everybody stupid all day long. And then I just want everybody to know that as I'm reading my notes, which is basically a recap of an hour ago in my life, I'm calling myself stupid too. So at least I'm fair. Okay. Jeez.
Hey, you know what I just realized? This has nothing to do with anything, but today is, as long as we talked about your religious stuff from a childhood. Today is the 32nd anniversary of my bar mitzvah today. How about that? Happy bar mitzvah.
Oh my God.
I'm a real
wow.
man.
Congratulations. Happy
I'm a
birthday.
real man.
You
Thank
are
you.
a real man. And you know
that was
what?
the first day I ever had red stripe.
I think this is the 12th anniversary of you announcing that it's your anniversary for your bar mitzvah. I have to say, that's impressive.
I had a good bar mitzvah, and I gave out gifts. You know, you give out little party favors, and I gave out singles to all my. I gave out singles, and I just remember the hottest single for anyone to get was OPP by Naughty by Nature, and I remember Risa Chase got it, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, Risa, you got OPP!"
Wait, so everybody got a different single?
Yeah, everyone got different singles. You know, there was a whole
where'd
variety.
you get them
back
all?
then? Well, there were such things as music stores. You would go.
So
and
you
there'd
just
be,
went
like,
in
a
and you were
whole
like,
wall of
load me up on
singles.
singles. Just give me a bunch. I'm just.
Yeah, I
did you
did.
pick like specific ones for people, or were you like,
I picked
it's going to
them.
be a
I curated them.
hodgepodge?
No, I did, and it was honestly, I still remember going into that store and having so much fun choosing all the ones. Like I was like, this is a good song, and 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 I even wound up with one of the singles. In fact, I don't remember which one. It was a really random one. It was like a random Richard Marx single or something like that. But I had so much fun picking out those singles, and I was so excited to see who would wind up with each one. That was a great time. That's a
have like
favor.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I think a curation of something special for all your guys. I mean, unless it's just like a really offensive song, you know. I like big butts. I guess that wasn't out then. I'm trying to think of what would.
I think
what
it was
would have
that.
been
This
out
was a little bit. It may have been out at that time. Jesus Jones was before then.
That's Taylor's favorite band. Okay, so let's see top billboard charts.
Top charts. December 1991.
14th, 1991. Let's see what they were at that time. December 14th, 1991. God, I love Billboard. They're so good.
Hot 100.
What about Black or White?
Oh, Black or White. Someone got that. Yeah, someone definitely got that. That's a big one. It's so hard.
What is
I'm
it?
sorry. I went onto Billboard and it had a ad that was very loud. Did you hear that?
No. So Blowing Kisses in the Wind, Can't Let Go, Mariah Carey. Oh, that's a good
my
one.
God, yes.
Do you think
So
you
many good
creeped
singles.
out whoever you gave that one to? Like, can't let. Thanks for coming to
Let
my
Go.
bar mitzvah. And you open it, you're like, can't let go.
I just gave it to myself and dedicated it to my childhood. I was like, I'm a man now, but even though I try, I can't let go. Oh, when a man loves, All for
That's a
Love, I
perfect
gave out. I
one.
think I actually got.
This is a
All for Love, I
perfect
think I
one
may have
for
won
a
that
future gay person. When a man loves a woman, who did you give that to? That Michael Bolton. That Michael Bolton.
I definitely Wild Side by Marky Mark. That's What Love Is For. 100%. I gave that one away. Finally, CeCe Peniston.
Amy Grant. You know, I
Too
knew there was
legit to
going to be an Amy Grant on there. I was about to say Amy Grant when you first said Kasingle. That was my first thought. It was like, baby, baby,
Yeah.
my heart in motion.
Keep Coming Back by Richard Marx is the random Richard Marx one that I received. I told you there was a random Richard Marx one. That is definitely the Kasingle. I think it would be very funny if I gave out Let's Talk About Sex. Could you imagine going to a bar mitzvah and coming back with a single of Let's Talk About Sex?
Like, whoa, that's what Ben gave you? I guess he did become a man today. So did you do it?
This is a great week for music. Set the Night to Music by Roberta Flack and Maxi Priest. Love that song.
This is really good, actually.
Set the night to music. Yeah.
Can't Stop This Thing We Started. No Son of Mine. Don't Cry. Guns N' Roses. Let's Talk About Sex. Salt and Pepper. OPP. Naughty by Nature. You said that one already. This is
Romantic by
Cream
Karen White.
Prince.
Turn the lights down. It's time to get romantic. Oh, someone got Smells Like Teen Spirit. That was a big one. That was a hot one. That was a hot single.
I also feel bad for whoever got this one. Wholehearted, but spelled with an H.
Excuse you. I love that
Sorry.
song by
I don't even-
Extreme. There's a hole in my heart and it only belongs to you. What about this? Let's see. There's Change by Lisa Stansfield. Remember that song? If I could change. Okay.
Okay,
what
I'm
about
tired. How
I
far are
Love
we
Your
going to go
Smile?
down? How many people were your bar mitzvah? Your bar mitzvah. We've gotten to 30 for fuck's sake. Okay. Listen, that was your bar mitzvah.
Curtis
Jesus died
Douglas?
when he was 30. We're done. We're done with the bar mitzvah list.
There's so many good songs on this list. As you just go deeper and deeper and deeper, just
Well, we could do 31 to 60 on December 14th, 2024. When do you announce?
Look at
that
all
it's
these,
the
look at all
anniversary
these
of your
people who are
birth.
releasing music. Luther Vandross, Kim Sims, don't even know who she is, but good for her.
Vanessa Williams. Okay.
Bonnie Raitt.
So back to the show.
Okay.
Yes. Now what are they doing? Okay. Yeah. JT's in his bath. This is Red Stripe.
Listening to singles.
And Austen and Whitney are gonna meet at the beach, and Whitney's like, yeah, man, my office is on the beach. That's what I'm doing. I'm working off. I'm on the beach, man. I'm working.
They're all like, what is an office? So, Vanita, is that
Truly
a place people go to? So Vanita is choosing a bathing suit, pretending Charles is there. And then Madison comes by with some coffee to her room. And they're just talking about, they're like, they have some deluded idea in their head, some strange notion. Madison goes,
You know what? I think that Austin's therapy is working.
Vanita says, yeah, he didn't get up and walk away. Good for him, I guess. I was like, is this the bar that we're using to determine if therapy's working?
He sat
Doesn't
there.
feel straight. Yeah.
His therapy worked.
He was on an
stayed
island. There was nowhere for him to go.
If staying seated meant you were like mentally getting somewhere, I would be fucking Buddha. I never move. Like, I would be completely emotionally stable, which we all know is not the case. So then Craig, my favorite, Craig calls Paige, and she's like,
Hi, chicken.
he's like,
Hey, Paige. Love you, babe. She's like, no, not you.
I'm actually talking to my food right now. I'm
Literally.
talking to my frozen McNuggets.
So Olivia started to bitch at Austen, and she was like, you're like a piece of shit. Like, I don't know how they're not exhausted. And also, I was part of some yelling last night. She's like, oh my God, that is the first interesting thing you said in months, Craig. Who did you yell at? He's like, oh my God, thanks, Paige. I was talking to my chicken. So, are you still there? I'm sorry, I meant to
Why do
press
you always call me
decline.
when I have chicken?
Listen, I meant to I meant to press the button that was giving my review of your entire series decline. But I guess I hit the wrong button. So go ahead, Craig.
Okay, well, Shep was like, where the fuck is Paige? And like, he's like, you avoid being under the microscope by not bringing your girlfriend. And she goes, what is he talking about? I went to his lame pheasant dinner.
Like,
I actually got onto
yell
an airplane. I actually got onto an airplane to fly to a different state to go to a lame pheasant dinner. Just let that sink in for a second.
I got on a plane for pheasant. So just let that sink in. Okay, I'm still not over it. All right. So they both always want to yell at me about how I'm not even around. But guess what? Newsflash, I don't even like them. And he's like, yeah, that's hilarious.
My friends are crazy, right? And she's like, what is that? Is that the word that we're going to use for awful now? Okay. By the way, I got to hang out with chicken right now. Talk to you later.
He's like, no way. I wanted to tell you, we're doing a big boat today. She's like, oh my God, that's what I call you. Big boat. I'm sorry. I thought you said bloat. What are you doing?
Getting on a boat.
Love you.
So, oh, good. Well, I hope you never come back. So Shep's now on the beach, and he's on the beach and he runs into some girls and he goes, what? You're from Charleston? Get out of here. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Shep. And so he does this thing where he does the Mary Catherine Gallagher. He puts his hands in his armpits really quickly, and then he extends his hands to shake. I'm like, you just put your hand in your armpit and now you're shaking this girl's hand, and she shakes it back.
That's the ultimate marking someone. Like, wow, here's as little effort as I'm going to put into this. My
armpit smell. Shake it, sucker.
So now Austen meets up with Whitney at like his under like a umbrella, and they're just talking about the booze cruise coming up, and Whitney's gonna stay behind to do some work. And Austin's like, so quite literally at dinner, Rod takes it upon himself to tell me that he has a problem with me. Is that like insane or what?
God, Whitney hates this person. Whitney's like he cannot even hide it anymore. And I guess they're making him shoot. They make him go on this trip. He refuses to spend time with anybody. And then when he does, he just looks at them like, just fucking die. Like, I hate you. And so he's like, I mean, what? Yeah. What is this? Like a gamut to get to Olivia? And he's like,
yeah, him and JT. Like, he's defending Olivia's honor. They're playing this game. Like, me and Shep are the bad ones. But guess what? Guess what, buddy? We're the ones who landed the girls. So, like, maybe you should take a page out of my book, pal. Okay? Be a man.
gross. You can't even hide yourself for one full episode.
Well, I know one page that's not in Austen's book, and that's a business plan. So JT and Taylor are now walking along the beach, and he's like, oh, I follow you everywhere. I'm like your shadow. You're really going to win over the girl with that, huh? And she's like, well.
It's like when the sun's just slightly above you and your shadow's like really small. Like, go ahead.
I'm being chased by a small shadow. I'll allow it. I'm being chased by a small shadow, small shadow, small shadow. So Taylor's like, well, you have to follow me. I have your insulin. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, I didn't know what she said. So this is the most awkward. These two hanging out is so awkward because he won't stop. And she's like, And so they see people doing water aerobics. And listen, you know that you're with the wrong person right now when you look over and you're like, we should have done that. It's like, wow, JT, take it personally and just leave this alone. Okay. So his hat, by the way, says, I love small waves.
I know. It's funny. By the way, it's so funny that when JT first appeared on this show, and even when we saw him in the trailer, I never would have thought that I would be at a place where I'd be saying, yeah, nice guys finish last in the context of JT. I thought he was going to be the biggest asshole. And you could make an argument that he is an asshole, but I never thought he would be on the nice guy end of the spectrum on this show.
I do not think he's an asshole. I do think that he's the kind of guy who comes on really, really hard like this. And the second you don't like him back or you say, listen, I'm not into you. He's like, you're fat anyway. You're ugly anyway. I feel like he's got that kind I think like he's Austen? Got that kind of mentality. I'm saying that's not an asshole, but you know what I mean? Like he's not visibly, he's not detectably an asshole yet.
Just got the results in and your assholery is undetectable. Congratulations.
Sorry, sir, but we need to wait a season before we can really diagnose this. So just come back.
I know. He's like, well, so last night I know you didn't say much because you were going through emotional trauma at your end of the table. And by emotional trauma, I mean someone was trying to hold you accountable for something. And Taylor's like, well, I don't want to be verbally abused. And I was verbally abused last night. You were not verbally abused.
No, you were not.
Someone saying something that is unpleasant for you to hear is not the same as verbally abused.
And he's like, well, I just feel terrible for you, but guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep defending you. And she's like, ha. And she tells us, yeah, I wish I could be into him, but the saying is true. Girls want bad boys. Girls want guys that aren't into them. Guys that treat them like shit. I could go on and on. Taylor, oh God, no, the girls don't all want that. Stop.
I know.
Just stop. I'm trying to like you.
Can we add therapy to that list of things that girls should want? You know what, Taylor? Like you need to work. These are daddy issues in my, I'm not a professional, but I am a professional TV watcher. And I'm going to say that these are daddy issues and you need to get them sorted out. Okay. Because it's not cute. To me, it's actually really not cute when people are like, oh, well, I can't help it. I just like a bad boy. I'm like, that's not cute to me. That's sad to me.
Yeah, it's sad. I don't like it. And so he's like, well, today's a new day. We're going on a boat today. We could do the Titanic thing. And she's like, I don't mean sink. I mean, the thing on the front of the boat, and Taylor's like, ... Yeah, ... and looks away awkwardly like she wants to escape, but she just doesn't have the strength to walk away. Like, come on, man.
She's like, a real man would have asked me to pose nude for a painting. So
the funny part about this is that when they do get to the boat, the person doing the Titanic thing is Austen with himself.
I know. I'm glad Bravo just didn't even give us the full mic on moment for that, because that's really one of the worst things to plague boat footage or just boats since 1997 are people doing "I'm the king of the world." So Austen is
Austen was just standing up there like with his shirt open and like blowing, like showing off his worked out stuff. He's like, yeah, he was like kind of having his own Titanic moment. And you're like, I'm just here for the part where it sinks. Like the rest of the audience is Titanic.
Rooting for the iceberg right now. So Austin's like, so I have Rod. Hey, Whitney, get this. I have Rod, JT, and then Olivia was like chiming in as much as she could, calling me a piece of shit. And I was like shocked. I mean, because you know what? Even though I'm like not pursuing any romantic relationship with Olivia, I want her to think I am. So like I care about her a lot. So Olivia calling me a piece of shit actually makes me sad.
No one's falling for this anymore, sir.
No,
okay.
No.
So then Madison, Olivia, and Vanita are on the beach, and Olivia's like, oh my God, look at that swing set. I feel like I've seen that swing set like on everybody's Instagram, literally since I was in junior high. Let's put it on our Instagram.
I know. Let's take stupid photos on it. So they take photos, and then Madison goes, let's break the internet. I'm like, not sure this swing set's gonna really break the internet, but go for it.
So now they talk about Austen again, and Olivia's so frustrated. She's so frustrated with Taylor, and then back to Austen. Austen's like, I'm like, Olivia, why are you even mad at me right now? This is insane right now. I've been nothing but there for you. Nothing but there for you.
She's saying I'm toying with her head or whatever. I'm like, I'm just trying to be your friend who says, I love you, and then tells other people she's like the one. She's the one I love the most, and then tell other people I don't want to have a relationship right now. Like, why is that so hard to understand exactly where I stand with her?
And Whitney's just looking at him like, please let me out of this scene. What is the point of producing a show if I have to like be in it? Please let me go. Please.
So Olivia's like, I mean, we're friends. And then he throws I love you in there. And I was like, don't say what things you don't mean. Like, what do I call him? A piece of shit or something? I'm like, yes, you got it. You did it. You did it, Olivia. You figured it out.
So then Austen's like, yeah, she's just, one day she's like, look at this meme. I'm going to call you crying. And then the next day in front of people, she puts on this show like I'm a piece of shit. Oh, wow. So now you're going to throw in her face that she called you crying after her brother died. You really... You are more of a piece of shit literally every episode. I don't know how you top yourself every single time.
It's amazing.
But you do it.
It's amazing. And so Whitney's like, this whole thing with Austen and Olivia is really exhausting, but you reap what you sow. I'll tell you what's exhausting. Watching Randy attempting to make a mint julep in the kitchen. I had to send him back 7 times just to get it right. Turns out he wasn't even using mint. Just found some old leaves from a bush outside. He has a long way to go.
So then Olivia's still going on about Taylor and how inconsistent she is. And she hasn't even talked to her since she heard about the text. And Madison's like,
oh, they can't get your dick hard, so I'm going to sleep with Austen text?
She goes, yeah, that's the text. So then we see a clip of Taylor saying, wait a minute, why is the text I sent to Shep even being talked about here? And she's like, because Shep told me about it. When are you guys going to figure out these guys are not on your side? Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Yeah, and she goes, yeah, and then today I got a text from Taylor saying, sorry, I used Austen as a dig last night. And Matt's like,
how about don't do it at all?
And Olivia's like, I know, I just wouldn't even send that. Nothing with her is consistent. Forget friendship. I'm questioning her character as a person at this point.
I mean, you're hanging out with Austen, Shep, You're hanging out with the cast of Southern Charm. Like, you're just now questioning it. Your judgment means nothing. So now they're in the lobby. It's later. They're going to go on this booze cruise or whatever. So Rod sees Olivia and he's like, whoa, hey, did you get your 12 hours beauty rest? Sure looks like it. And she goes, whoa, touche. She
goes, thank you, touche. She's still working on it. Still figuring things out. So they all get on the bus to the booze cruise, and they're opening booze on the way to the booze cruise. And Craig's like, hey, why are Taylor and Shep next to each other? If they continue to hang out, I think what happens is that if he brings someone else around, wait, hold on. Paige, what was the rest of that theory?
Don't hang out with your ex is stupid. Goddamn, Craig. Jesus.
Going out with your ex is stupid.
Fucking
Goddamn,
moron.
Craig.
I can't with you.
Jesus, moron.
Trying. When is the show going to get
wasn't
canceled
that
so I can
part.
break up with you? I can't take any more of this.
Wait, should I be saying this part out loud or is this the quiet part, Paige? Paige, are you pretending to be a busy signal again?
Goodbye, chicken. So meanwhile, Taylor's like, I got a pimple on my nose. And JT's like, but it's the cutest pimple, right, gosh? Look at her pimple. And she's like, like kind of fake laughing, like trying to pretend to be interested because Shep's right next to her on the other side of her. So she's like, ha, 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 ha.
Taylor has an imperfection now, everyone. Who would have thought this perfect little angel who perfectly resembles a young version of mommy? How could I ever be imperfect? But guess what? She got a pimple, which shows she is human. And you gotta treat humans like respect. I think everyone owes her an apology right now. Just find something and apologize for it. And that includes you, Mr. Driver.
So then Austin's sitting next to Madison. He's like, oh, does everybody hate me? She's like,
Oh my God, everybody hates you. It's amazing. Finally, everybody's on my side.
and so she's like, yeah, I survived a lot with Austin. So now we can be friends. I can give him advice.
God knows he needs it.
I survived a toxic infinity.
So they get to the yacht club of Jamaica. And Madison goes,
You know what the name of my boat's going to be? It's going to be called Sea Cup.
Got a pair of them right here.
So then they meet
Boats? You have
Captain
a pair of
Sardine.
boats?
What?
you have a pair of boats? So, yeah, Captain Sardine. And of course, Shep goes, oh, Captain, my Captain. Which, of course, Shep would say that. And then Captain Sardine is like, well, just in case there's an emergency, like there's life jackets.
I don't need that. I got a pair of them right here. Pair of floaties right.
Okay, Madison. Okay. Reel it in. Reel it on.
Madison, you are about to get kicked off of Ravenel Babies. Come on now.
So now they do some like fun and games. They go swimming. They have fun. They go snorkeling.
Craig has this very interesting observation. He goes, all your worries kind of go away when you're on a boat. Like if you see someone having a bad time on a boat, they probably suck. Well, you might want to check in with this people on the Titanic.
Just keep coming back to that Titanic well.
Might want to check in on the Lusitania. Might want to.
There we go.
You know what?
I ask you to expand and you do. It's actually amazing. The Lusitania.
You want another ship that sunk around the same time of the early 20th century? I will give you the Lusitania.
So Shep,
it's just very easy to have a very bad time on a boat. Like you could actually, on a boat, you can go from having a great time to having the worst time of your entire life very quickly. And he's like,
yeah,
if you have a bad time, you suck.
I've had plenty of bad times on boats. I used to work on a dinner cruise and we crashed into the dock of South Street Seaport. You're welcome. I'll keep it short for you, Ben.
We were in the middle of handing out singles during dinner service.
There were secretaries in array. It was like one of those office parties where they rent you the dinner cruise yacht. The lady had just finished singing Proud Mary. She's like my favorite waitress. She was from Arkansas. You want to talk about someone who could throw back a red stripe? That girl was it.
She was also the captain. Apparently.
Okay, so later, Shep is like, so Vanita, last time we had a misunderstanding, that was just a misunderstanding, and it escalated stupidly. She's like, yeah, that was really funny. I own it. I screamed at you. I was so mad. It was hilarious.
Ronnie, were you extremely upset when Shep worked in what you thought was product placement into his childhood memory? Because when Shep was like, I snorkeled here in 2001, and Taylor's like, that was 20 years ago, and he's like, well, what were you doing at that time? And she was like, in first grade, and he goes, that's insane. I was crushing red stripes when you were in first grade. Were you like, really?
I did. I was like,
the
why are
product
they
placement into your memories?
I did. I thought, wow, is Shep like recording this because they got money from Red Stripe today? I'm literally this stupid. That's why I skipped over it. Didn't you notice? I just skipped right over that part. Like, let's forget.
So now Captain Sardine comes out, and Shep is like, hey, Captain Sardine, he's a single sardine. Normally there's a can of them. Hilarity. I'm a regular Mark Twain.
He's like, okay, so please, I'm going to tell the same thing to you guys that I tell the coral reefs. Please don't get touched by this slimy fucking person, please.
No touching. And Craig's like, do you have spears? And the lady goes, like spears to fish and destroy our local habitats? Yeah. No, we do not. You imbecile.
Then I'm just going to stay here and drink. So now they snorkel, and Madison and Craig talk about how much he wants to go see Paige. And he's like, yeah, we only see each other every few days anyway, but now I'm going to, after this, I'm going to be tan. So she's going to be like, yeah, just get tanned and come home and fuck me, which I don't think she would ever say. And Madison's like, oh my God, my nipples are hard. Are they hard? I don't know. If they are, I'll tell you this much. I paid for those hard nipples. Okay. Love you guys. Love you guys.
That's the name of my second vote. Hard nipples. Well, do you have a little bit of a girl crush on Paige? Because she has a girl crush on you. I'm just really trying to make Paige friends happen, right? And she's like, well, whatever you need to get her to move down here, I'll be ready.
Yeah, I could use someone a little bit smarter to yell at. This cast is stupid. Please give me somebody new to betray. That would be amazing. Thank you.
I used to say I'll go to New York for a couple of years, but sewing down south is really blowing. It's so big. I can't work remotely anymore. It turns out designing squares from home is a lot harder than designing squares in an office.
Do you know how hard it is to copy and paste a seahorse from my couch?
Sometimes when I draw a scallop shell onto a pillow, it comes out a lot smaller at home. So I need to be in the office for it.
Okay, so now they dance, and they have fun on the rest of their booze cruise. And so now it's nighttime.
The dancing was very difficult. That was a lot to take on right now. And I feel like we've never actually seen this cast dance youthfully. They're always doing some sort of old Lindy Hop or something like that. This is the first time they actually properly tried to dance, and it was a lot. And Craig was like, does the DJ know how to make bitches dance? Whoa. It's like, oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of cringe there. Shep's like, wait a minute, where's the brass section?
And then the sun's going down, and as the sun's going down, JT's like, hey, there's still a little bit of sunshine left, and its name is Taylor. Will you be mine, Taylor, for this dance?
So they're on the bus now, and she ties a bandana around JT's head, and he's like, well, I wish I could have a hot blonde and a fedora tie bandana around my head. Whoa, I just got it happen. She's like, ha 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 ha.
Hey, we had too much of a nice day. Let me ruin it. Shep, what would you say to the next girl who hooks up with JT? Don't wear heels.
And then Craig goes, hey, Taylor, what would your advice be to the next person who hooks up with Shep? And she goes, Don't expect to finish. Okay. It was December 14th, the anniversary of Ben's bar mitzvah, when I first laughed at Taylor on purpose. Like, where
And Shep
she
has this
actually
look
said
on his
something
face
worthy.
like, oh, how could she say that to me when I introduced her to world travel? So he's like, yeah, because I don't care. I don't care. I'm just going to finish and you'll still be hanging out. I don't care if you finish. Which, by the way, I mean, at least there's transparency here. I've never heard a guy like literally be like proud to not help, not like service his lady. He's like, yeah, I come on my own. I don't need a lady.
Yeah, what do I care if you don't get off? I'm not going to go through a whole production about it.
Wow. But he is so mad. Like, he cannot take it at all. So he's really pissed. You know, the foot starts shaking. And Taylor's like, wow, I can count on less than 3 fingers how many times you know. So then we go to Whitney really did get the presidential suite. And he's dressed like he's in Saturday Night Fever for some reason. I'm really not sure what this outfit is, but he's back in that dress
for his evening
for some reason.
Yeah. And then like room service comes in with all this beer and stuff. He's non-mother. It's not for me. It's for the hoi polloi. So the bus comes back and Shep, of course, like Shep is like, I'm going right to Whitney's room. I want to keep on drinking. So Craig, Austen, Shep, and Madison who are sort of like a little clique. They go up to Whitney's room and Madison's like,
Oh, wow, this is real fancy. This seems like a real nice place to make someone cry. Okay, who's up first? Austen, you're going to die alone. Anything? Tears? Nothing?
No, damn it.
So basically, okay, so this is where and I know that we're like an hour and 20 into this, but still this is where I was like, okay, enough. Because she goes,
Y'all, well, if we're going to go to dinner, y'all need to change.
and Shep goes, I'm not showering. And Austen goes, are you changing, Shep? And then Shep goes, you should change. I want you to change. But I did change. You can't change. You're the problem, Shep. I was like, okay, enough. We get it, you guys.
I loved their pivot from literal to metaphorical.
Just like they're like, okay, here we are. At the end of
change?
another day, we're wasted and coked out of our mind again. Now let's yell about who's the bigger piece of shit. Nonsense.
But it was so seamless, just like talking about logistics. Are you going to change? By the way, discussing that Shep, who's been snorkeling all day, is not going to shower or change before going to dinner. This is Tom Schwartz level of grossness. So then he's like, I'm not going to change. But then they start talking metaphorically about change. The pivot was so quick that I was like, did I miss something here? What happened? Why did they all of a sudden get into top gear here? But now this is what they do. And Austin's like, I do change. It's hard for you to change. Well, and you can't change. And that's the problem here, Shep. You can't change. I can't change. Is that a problem? For whom? That's right. Even when I'm coked out and drunk, I still say the proper word. Whom?
And Austin's like, anyone you have ever met in your life has to. What? And my note, I've wrote a very deep note here. Okay, guys, wrap it up. This season needs to be over.
I love this. What are you talking about? I was thrilled by this fight.
Cut the cord on this. Cut it.
Austin's like, Shep's like, well, I have a lot of friends and I don't need you. Huh? And Austin's like, well, I care about you. And I would never say that to you, but obviously you'll say that to me. You care about people? That is rich. You're not rich, of course. I'm rich, but like that concept is rich metaphorically.
Here's what I always say. You should never stay friends with your exes.
Paige is like, hi, I was up in Manhattan and I saw a pigeon fly in a strange way and I realized there was probably a really good fight happening. So could you just like FaceTime me in so I could watch? Thanks so much.
This is deflection. It's like, no, you're deflection. You are.
I'm totally okay. So am I. Are you okay? Because you're on page 6 and looking not so okay, Bob. Well, actually, you don't look so okay.
You don't.
Because I'm nice.
You're nice. We're into a you are fight now. Oh, yeah. When you tell Taylor it's fun to cheat on her, that's nice. And then we see a clip of
Hey, what are you going to pull the tail on a bear? Is that what you're going to do? Yo, what do you want to do? Pin a tail on a donkey's rabbit? Go ahead, bitch. Because let me tell you right now, rabbits don't fly with earthworms. Said it.
It's just a clip of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, which the recap has not come out yet. But guys, it will. And it's a doozy.
It's
Check
good.
it out.
You've been quite literally an absolute cut fitness. I've been a cut fitness. What have you been? Honest with you. More like a bad friend. Yeah. And everyone knows so, Austen. So then
Shep,
Craig's
let
loving
me tell
this.
you what I would say. Don't hang out with your exes. I think Shep is in denial that his friend hooked up with his girlfriend and now he's really upset.
I love that Craig is always figuring this out. Every 5 minutes, Craig figures this out. Like,
Wait a minute. I think what's happening is Shep might feel betrayed.
Austen. Oh my God, Miss Marple. Jesus Christ. What's the episode
You're
order
the
on?
victims. You're the victim. I get it. Yeah, well, you certainly painted Taylor to be the victim. Me? Yeah, you hold this soft spot and flame for her, almost as if you once dated her for 2 years, and you're like, Taylor, you're okay. Just because she cries to you, she fucking grabbed me. My friend, let me tell you something. She grabbed me. Okay, she came on to me, motherfucker, not the other way around. Austen being a great friend and chivalrous right now. Just throwing her under the bus.
And he's already done this too at Whitney's house. Last time they all got shit-faced and yelled at each other over and over again about nonsensical shit. So he's like, this is how it happened. He's like laughing. He comes up behind Whitney and he grabs him and then they make out. Wow.
It's like a real makeout. Oh. And Craig goes, that was weird.
And Mass goes, damn. Damn, my nipples just inverted themselves.
So then Austen, who is still, not getting enough attention apparently over this whole thing, does a typical Austen where he's like, you know what? This group cannot move on from the fact that Taylor and I fucking made out and moved on. Whoops.
Yeah, we fucked and made out.
I'm like,
Wait a
Fucked
minute,
and
you
made
almost
out.
said fuck. Yes, you did.
and he goes, what? Shut up, Madison. And Shep goes, you did. And he's like,
Yeah, you know what? He just admitted it. Bingo. This is the first thing me and Shep ever agreed on.
And then Austen goes, Madison, shut your mouth, Madison. You're not even involved in shit, bored housewife.
So rude and obnoxious. And I wanted her to tell him off so badly, but instead she goes,
Bah, what a fucking shit.
because I forgot Madison, if you really get Madison mad, her retribution comes. It comes later and it comes publicly.
Oh, yes. Madison. Yeah, that's not going to slide. So, she just knows that if Austen is in a stupid enough place to talk to her like that in front of cameras, he's too stupid to reason with. She'll wait until he's like in a vulnerable, non-fighting position to rip him a new one.
And once she has the ladies at her back too, she's like, "Fine, you imbeciles, fight it out. I'm gonna roast you at dinner. Just you wait."
Right. So then, of course, on her way out, Whitney's like, "Are you going to dinner?" She's like, "Of course. See you in a little bit."
I heard there's got corn down there. Corn for corn.
So Taylor is first to get to the table, the big dinner table, and then second is Olivia, and they sit down and they, hi, hey, I like that top. It's like very Britney Spears. Yeah, hi.
Olivia just like points her jaw around the restaurant, like hinges her jaw around a lot, like and then we cut to the other group of Shep still yelling at Austen. They're still yelling at each other, and Craig's like,
Here's what, guys. Don't hang out with your exes. I just came up with it.
I think both of you have feelings about each other, and you're like, hooking up with Taylor fucked up your position, Austen. You totally had a position, you lost it. And there is like some suppression of anger towards Austen that like continues to surf. Hold on. I think hold on. Paige is sending another text, and it's just an emoji of a chicken. Oh, sorry. Never mind.
P.S. I wanted to send a picture of, I wanted to send an emoji of your show needs to be canceled, but there isn't one. So I'm just sending a chicken because I'm really into chicken.
I've just decided the only way to push our relationship to a breaking point is to lean into surrealism. So this is for you, chicken.
Okay, so cut back to Taylor and Olivia just like staring around the restaurant like, that was fun today. Yeah, that was fun. It was fun. And then cut back to Shep and Austen yelling at each other. And who's better to women? And then Austen goes, you know what? I need you to look in the mirror. I really do. Neither one of you have looked in the mirror. I can see you just fine. You both need to go look in some mirrors. And then you need to take according action. Okay?
At least a shower, too.
Please.
Because, by the way, Shep is also now bragging that he's been very gracious, considering that his best friend hooked up with his girlfriend. He's been a very gracious and good guy. And so Shep is like, you don't give a fuck about anyone except for yourself. Now, hold on one second. Let's rewind that footage of me saying, I don't care if I pleasure a woman during sex.
Between these two.
So Austin's like, do you really believe that? And Shep is like, well, when it comes to women, yes. So there's the mirror thing. And Shep is like, this is why I'm so kind. Because I used to be 34 and I was a fucking scoundrel. But you are a total scoundrel.
Yeah, it's accumulation of things. Okay, because after the Taylor thing, me and Austen spent all this time, 4 weeks together in Australia, and he never mentioned a thing. Like, what is your concept of loyalty?
Dude, your girlfriend broke, like, you cheated on you're talking about how you cheated on Taylor multiple times and then broke up with her. Well, you don't have any concept of loyalty. Be quiet over there. So Whitney's like, okay, guys, bye. Thanks for coming. You please leave.
Come on, we have a dinner and my company's paying for it. So come on. So they go downstairs. We see that Taylor and Olivia have been sitting there together silently for 25 minutes.
Noobs.
That's just painful.
Yeah.
Painful. So then all people start to show up now. And they're just like gathering.
JT's
and
like,
Craig
oh,
comes
sorry.
out.
Do I still have a boner? I just had some work calls with mommy. So sorry, everybody. And they're like, guys, 45 minutes late. And so Craig comes with his shirt all the way unbuttoned. He's like, hey, guys, what's up? You guys don't talk to your exes. So they all sit down and eat and talk about how they've been hammered all day. And Austen and Shep were finally fighting it out. And Taylor's like, yeah. And then Whitney and Austen made out. We heard about that. Did you guys really make out?
And Whitney's like, huh, yeah. And JT's like, that is the biggest plot twist I've heard in my entire life. And Whitney's like, well, they very nicely upgraded me and gave me a presidential suite. And it has an outdoor jacuzzi. And Austin and I had a jacuzzi together. So then they're talking about this makeout. And then, of course, Madison's like,
all right, ladies, here we go. So, which kiss was better? Whitney's or Taylor's, Austen?
and he's like,
Madison, you're nothing but a bored housewife. Okay, so he's been working on that one for a long time and just is going to keep using it. And she goes,
Oh, wait a minute. Is that supposed to be your dick at me? Goodbye. Lights out. Don't talk to me. You're dead, motherfucker. You were dead in your sleep.
Then talk amongst yourselves down there. You gotta talk. You don't gotta talk to me. Doing very much the thing like stupid women. Just talk in the women's corner. So Austen then turns to Olivia and goes, and you don't have to talk to me either if you don't want to. Ugh. And she's like, well, then she's like, well, I won't. It's like, well, don't do it. Don't do it. Ugh.
and she's like, oh my God, even I'm bored of this. We already had this fight. I don't need to do it again. He's like, oh. So now Shep's like, wow, thanks for today, everybody. Let's applaud Craig.
I've never loved anyone harder than Captain Sardine. Did you hear that, Taylor? And I meant it. You stupid idiot.
At least he's been to other countries. For real.
So Taylor's like, I feel like everyone's giggly and like, I don't get it. So, okay, I'm standing up now. And everyone's like, oh my God, why is Taylor standing up? But her face still isn't moving. She's like, now, hey, well, ding, 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 ding. Paige, is that you making that sound? Yes, thank you for keeping me on FaceTime. Idiot doesn't even know how to ding a glass.
Sorry, I had to. We had to import the ding dings in from New York. Luckily, I was here for it. So Taylor's like, so I was pretty quiet last night, as opposed to all the other nights where I'm super loud and loquacious. But the conversation that's been happening for the past 2.5 months, for the sake of myself and my own well-being, I just want to put this To rest.
Oh my God. Guys, we're going to have to make it through Jesus's birthday without knowing what the fuck she's going to say. I'm typing this in. Southern Charm season finale. Let's see.
When is it?
I don't know. Watch a season.
I still think there's more episodes.
Wait, did I put? I put season.
This was only episode 13. It's going to go at least to 16. I've noticed that the new, it seems like the shows go to 16 or 17 episodes now. That's usually when they cut off. It used to be like 22, 20 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know when this one's going to be. Oh my gosh. But here's one. This was from YouTube from 1 year ago. Finale, aka It's Finally Over. Southern Charm season 8. Wasn't that a good season? I don't remember. But I love your title.
To remember liking it.
I think I liked it. I think I like them all. It's just been a lot of the same, like, oh my gosh, you're a jerk. No, you are. No, you are. Oh my God, these two. But still, overall, still Southern Charm. You know what? I still love it. And that's been the end of this. Finally, here we are. It's the end of it, guys.
Here we are.
Wow.
Wow. Well, we just made it to the end of a very long day of podcasting. It was all worth it because it was so fun. Thanks, everyone, for listening and for being here. And we will catch you later today with the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip recap. Bye.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Strolling the park with Caitlin Clark.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels. Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas.
She's never scary. It's the Green Fairy.
Jamie, she has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know Your Worth with Jason Kurth.
She's the wind beneath our Jennifer Wing.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's always supplying. It's Kelly Ryan.
Kristen the Piston Anderson. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall.
She's not harsh. She's Jill Hirsch. She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly. It's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. We want to hang with Liz Lang. The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
Give him hell, Miss Noel. She's the queen bee. It's Sarah Lemke. Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She's quite the catch. It's Victoria Cotchett.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
Hey, Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today. Or you can listen ad-free with Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
It's almost that magical time of year.
Speaking of, what's your favorite Christmas story, Ben?
Hands down, The Grinch.
Same.
It cracks me up that he hates all the merriment.
Right, and he steals everyone's presents.
But then it's like so heartwarming at the end when like the whole town is still singing and he realizes that there's more to Christmas than just gifts.
Oh, I know. It hits me right in the feels.
Best part is, Wondery has a new podcast starring The Grinch. And I think there's someone who wants to tell you more about it, Ronnie.
Hi, it's me, the Grand Poobah of Bah Humbug, the OG Green Grump, the Grinch. From Wondery, 'Tis the Grinch Holiday Talk Show is a pathetic attempt by the people of Whoville to use my situation as a teachable moment. So join me, the Grinch. Listen as I launch a campaign against Christmas cheer, grilling celebrity guests like chestnuts on an open fire. Your family will love the show. As you know, I'm famously great with kids. Follow 'Tis the Grinch Holiday Talk Show on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts.